Let's make sure everything's ready here. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give y'all a chance to come on in. The water's fine, as I say every week now. I'm coming up with all these ridiculous sayings. Come on in and make yourself comfortable. Get yourself something to drink. I wanted to give y'all a few minutes because we have a few minutes until we go live. Of course, we are live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, but we are not live yet on the radio. So y'all come on in. So I look smaller tonight because it told me to go for portrait, and now I'm like, I want the landscape. That's okay. Matt, we look so small. You are small. I'm not. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's see. I'm going to see something. So I'm going to play the ad in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, so get ready. Let me turn this up a little bit.
You may call the elections office at 361-621-1519 if you need to get a ballot or need help voting. And please call to check on your
our good friend Christopher Linney, who's running for office. He did such a great job.
County Commissioner, Precinct
Our sponsor is coming up.
Do this alone. Now I need your help. This ad is paid for by the Christopher Linney for Commissioner campaign.
Take a step back in time at the B-Hop Yogurt Hive, that is, inspired by a 50s
Hi, Patty.
Located at 301 St. Mary Street, right here in Beeville, Texas, where you can build your own yogurt masterpiece with 9 varieties of delicious yogurt flavors and over 50 varieties of toppings to choose from. B-Hop Yogurt Hive also has delicious froyo.
Hi, whoever's here.
Root beer floats. So
we're about to start. I'm going to skip this video. We're just going to go straight into it.
Friendly service with an old time.
Can't make up my mind ever.
Facebook for their hours and more information.
All right.
This just in. B-Hop Yogurt Hive has 2 new flavors.
They sure do.
Patty and pineapple upside
Ooh,
down.
does that sound good?
Carolyn's Corner, featuring singers, songwriters, and authors from all over the world.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
We're so excited you've joined us, and we're looking forward to having a great time. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure to use
Going
the
live right
comment
after this
section
commercial.
wherever you're watching to
Sweet.
interact during our
Sounds
live
good.
shows. We're so excited about our special guests and can't wait to hang out with you. Stream Carolyn's Corner live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and 1071krxv.com.
Here we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Carolyn's Corner. I'm so excited you're all here tonight, and I'm going to say what I say every week now. If you're not here yet, I am so confident that you are on your way. I'm super excited to have you all here tonight. I love my Mondays or Wednesdays, whatever days we're doing the show, because I love being able to bring you very talented people and hang out with you guys and gals. It is the joy of my week. So tonight is no exception. We have a returning guest, and I'm super stoked that he's back with us. He's been on the podcast, the virtual show like this once, and he's been all the way to Beeville, Texas, live on the radio show, and he's back with us virtually all the way from Indiana. Please help me welcome Mr. Matt Fawcett. Yes.
Hey, friends. Good to see you. It's good to be back.
Hey, Matt, I'm so glad you're here. I know the crowd's going crazy over here. Matt, we're super excited to have you here. I know you've already done this every time you're on the show, but we have new listeners. So what I'd like for you to do is start telling us about yourself. While you're doing that, I'm going to do the old check and make sure we're public thing. Please tell us a little bit about yourself, Matt. And by the way, welcome to everybody in Radio Land. Thank you for tuning in. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, friends. So my name is Matt Fawcett. I'm a singer-songwriter. I grew up in Southern Ohio. Grew up in the Midwest my entire life, and the reason why I write songs is to comfort the afflicted and confront the comfortable. I have a fantastic fan base that I would love for anybody who's listening to this to become a part of, because I not only want to encourage people and to love people and challenge them, but I want to encourage my fan base to go and do that for other people as well, too. So if you are part of the Matt Fawcett team, crew, or about to be, I cannot wait to see how you guys are going to go and impact the world. And make it a much better place to live and care for other people. So that is a little bit about me. I've got a wife and 4 kids, and we absolutely love being able to do life together and to go and wreck the world to make it a more positive place by loving on people. So hopefully if you enjoy the music, it's because it said something to you that has either confronted you in a way that you need to be confronted and encouraged, or it's allowed you to know that you are loved and cared for.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And tell them again what is the ultimate you're saying? You're to comfort the say it again one more time.
To comfort the afflicted and confront the comfortable.
Gosh,
Yep.
that's beautiful. It really is. And we are so thrilled to have you back. You really are doing that. And I'm so honored to have you back on the show, Matt. Your songs just touch people. And it's not just your songs, it's everything about you, your love of the Lord, your love of gospel music, your love of sharing it with people. And I'm just honored to have you here. So, so I know that you've been on the show twice already, and boy, are we lucky. And I know you've written some new songs. We have Rose. Let me just go and check these. We have Rose Hudson
Yeah.
here right now. Yes. Hi, Rose. She said, howdy, Matt. And she said, go.
Hey, Rose.
Let's see. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Beautiful. Thank you so, so much. So how many albums have you done now, or CDs?
CDs, I have 3 out currently. I just came out with the latest one on December 31st this year, and that was it had all the 12 songs that I did last year, every single one. It's called The Year 2023, and we're releasing a brand new song once a month for this entire year as well. So there will be another CD that will release again December 31st called The Year 2024, and there's another CD that I'm working on right now called The Up and Out, and my ultimate goal is to have a Christmas record done before Christmas time this year as well. So all in all, it'll probably be about 30 songs, I think, that'll be out and published this year.
Gosh.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and that is a lot.
Yeah.
To try to accomplish one song a month, that's hard to do. I mean, you got to be bam, 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 bam. And I know you're constantly writing, you're constantly playing. But in addition to that, you go to people's homes a lot of times to play. You play at church. It's hard to make time. I'm very impressed that you're able to do all of that. Because the last time he came to Texas, right? Because you were doing a show at someone's house in Texas.
Yep.
And gosh, that was so great. I was like, wow, that was awesome that you came all the way to Beeville to be with us. That meant a lot. But you are a busy, busy man, spreading the love and spreading the gospel. And I love it through your music. Let's see. Someone named Facebook user, they don't have a name, but that's okay. It says, Matt is awesome. What a blessing and a heart. Thank you so much. Whoever that is, they're incognito, but that's okay. You don't have to have your name on there. It's definitely not necessary. So these songs that we're going to be playing tonight, these are songs that we have not heard, and they are on your new album, right?
I think most of them, some of them are on the new album. Some of them, like Facing All Our Fears, was actually released last month. So it is a brand new song that's out for people to stream and listen to, but it won't be on CD till the very end of the year. So, but yeah, it's all new stuff.
Oh my gosh. That's great. And Facing Our Fears, I love that title because to me, everyone I know has some type of fears. I know I have plenty of them. And life is just full of fears. It really is. Let's see. Somebody else, the Facebook user said, Jay Mather. Sorry, I will fix that. It's okay.
Hey, Jay.
It's Jay
Good to see
Mather.
you,
Hi,
man.
Jay. Yes, and thank you for being here. That means the world to us. It really does. So, but Facing All Our Fears, I talk about that every week, and I know you're familiar with that because we have fears, and a lot of times I was just listening to something the other day about depression and anxiety. A lot of it is from fear. A lot of it is, so we all have our issues that we're dealing with. So I know that this song is going to be applicable to everyone listening and watching tonight. By the way, thanks again for tuning in. We are live on Dale 107.1, and I didn't even get a chance to say, right here in beautiful downtown Beeville. And I'm so blessed to be able to do this show. I want to give a big shout out to Fred Marone because I'm sure he's out there listening, the owner of the station. And we have Johnny be good. Hopefully he's listening as well. And everyone that's out there listening, thank you for tuning in. So Matt, let's go ahead and play this first song and let people get familiar with your sound for those that are not, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
And it is called Facing. Yeah, I love it. I love the title, Facing All Our Fears. And all I did was make the commercial with it, but I didn't listen to the whole thing. So ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and have a listen. Tell us about this song first. What inspired you to write this? Anything you want to share with us?
Yeah, honestly, it came down to the fact that a lot of times you hear there's two choices you have in life. You can either choose to live a life based off of fear or based off of faith. And I actually heard a interesting quote that said, even deeper than that, it's either fear or freedom. And freedom really is the ability to choose what we want our lives to be. And ultimately, we have freedom in Christ, not because we can do whatever we want, but because we find sanctity of life in Him. And because of who he is for us, we choose to follow his rules and his commands, and that gives us true and ultimate freedom to go and bless other people and serve them. And so writing this song literally was something that was really just a call to action, that we can either choose to shrink back in to be who we've always been. You've heard the quote too of you do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, and that's basically the definition of insanity. And so often we all have gotten to points in our lives where we just keep doing the same thing because we've hit a plateau.
Yes.
Like wherever we've climbed, we've gotten to the point where we felt like we deserve a rest, a break, or whatever, and then we end up staying there way too long. And so this was written to basically say, hey, from this moment you were made for. You were made to stand up. You were made to stand out, live and walk by faith. And if you've got breath in your lungs, God isn't finished with you yet. He wants you to go and love and serve and take your passions and what you're passionate about and the ability to use that to serve other people and go and love the world. And so it really is about, like, we can either choose to shrink back with our fears and just say, hey, like, I'm a little too scared of how this is going to turn out. Or we can choose to lean into our fears and say, you know what, I'm going to face them and know that it's not just me that's facing this. It's actually God's vision of who I am and who he's created me to be, to go and face this, because it doesn't make me look good necessarily, but it gives God all the glory because I'm choosing to walk through something that only he can allow me to walk through.
Wow, that is beautifully said. I love that. Man, I can't wait to hear this. Let me go over the comments real quick because I don't want to miss anyone. Y'all's comments are so important to us. You have Brenda Hickerson also. Matt is awesome.
Good to see you, Brenda.
Brenda, thank you. I know, it's so nice to have you here. Thank you so much. Our good friend Sarah Cox is here. She said, hello, Sarah. Welcome back, sweetheart. We have Marie McConaughey. You know her. She's been such an instrumental part in Carolyn's Corner. It's unbelievable. God has truly blessed me with her. He really has. She said, it's a great song. I have listened several times. Matt has been writing so many awesome songs. Yeah, I agree. Oh my gosh. And then Cora Molnar, who is paired to your channel, says, oh, I love it. She says, I guess that's a she, right?
Yes.
Matt Fawcett, you are awesome. You have helped me so much. Please play Sing Along. Thank you so much. And that is on our list. I'm so excited. And then Sheila Smith said, amen. And Kathy Clegg said, hello. Well, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all so much. Kathy is also there. I know, isn't that great? Isn't that shows you are impacting people everywhere because they're here to support you, and I love that. So let's go ahead and play Facing All Our Fears, and y'all just relax. Oops, sorry, I'm moving the table. Y'all just relax. Let's listen to those lyrics and let them just seep into our bloodstream for real because I know that they will. Here we go. Are you ready, Matt?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Facing All Our Fears. Here we go.
My bones. Every day has its moments, chasing rainbows, searching for gold. But I can't shake this feeling. I'm meant for something more. So take a deep breath, hit the road. For this moment right now, for this purpose we were made. Stand up, stand out, walk and live by faith. Facing all our fears. Here's the facing all our fears. Living in this moment, feeling more alive. Taking every chance to do more than survive. Every breath is a miracle with no guarantee. Use it while you got it. Life's too short to skip a beat. For this moment right now, for this purpose we were made. Stand up, stand out, walk and live by faith. No one can deny the reason we're still here. So let's make it count. Here's to facing all our fears. Breathe in,
Oh my goodness, how beautiful. And what a beautiful the scenery wherever you were filming that at is gorgeous too. It really is. Wow. I love going out
Yeah.
in nature. I mean, it makes you feel closer to God always. To me, it does. It really does. Wow, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
great. Let me get back. I loved it. Let me go back over here so I can see the comments. Let's see what we got here. Matt is awesome. Hello. Let's see. Marie said we already saw that. I'm sorry. Cora said, Matt Fawcett, you are awesome. You have helped me so much. Please. We already read that one. I'm sorry. Sheila Smith said, amen. Now we're back to where we need to be. Kathy Glegg said, hello. And Melba Winkle said, amazing song. Melba, I'm so glad to have you back, sweetheart. Thank you so much. NL Hargrove is here. Nice rhythm. I am so glad to have you back as well. So I'm loving it, Matt, because a lot of the people that were on previous shows as the audience are coming back, and that's what we want. I want y'all to be here and support these incredibly talented singers and songwriters. Wow, what a beautiful song. That is just so beautiful. You're so welcome. So I see is that your church in the video there?
So that was actually even better. That was actually the camp that I grew up going to as a kid. And actually the camp where my wife grew up at as a camp kid, and then I worked at in college, and then actually worked at on full-time staff for about 2 years. So her parents were actually, or her dad and stepmom still work there and live there. And I got invited down to play worship or lead worship for their marriage retreat. So we left the kids with my parents, drove down, led worship for them for the marriage retreat. And while we were there, I was like, I really want to shoot this music video here. And because I'd wanted to shoot a music video down there for a long time. But that place to me is actually one of my absolute favorite places on earth. Because that's honestly where God did a lot of work in my heart and helped me I remember talking with my counselor as a camper there and saying I felt like I couldn't do anything for the Lord until I had a license and could drive and could do things. And I just remember him saying, like, you don't need to wait till you have something in order to be able to serve the Lord. You can serve him here and now. And so being able to have that encouragement and that background of where I was able to grow up a lot spiritually as a young kid and even as a young adult, to be able to go and proclaim that truth basically through that music video at that place was just really, really special. So.
Wow. Yeah, I can see why that would be. God, it's like a complete full circle journey. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to read it because it went pretty fast, but they had signs up there. They had, what was it, 1 Corinthians? I couldn't tell what the scripture was, but I thought, wonder where that is. Man, it's beautiful there. It is beautiful.
1 Corinthians 10:31.
You got to go back.
Yeah. It's 1 Corinthians 10:31, whether therefore you eat or drink or whatever you do all to the glory of God. And actually, crazy story, my Telecaster that a buddy of mine actually custom built for me in Nashville. He made it out of wood from a producer's workbench that was in his garage for like 60 some years. But underneath, there's 2 pieces of wood on the neck. And underneath this top layer of wood, he actually wrote out 1 Corinthians 10:31 before he glued the neck down. So just kind of a fun fact. But that's been the camp's verse for forever, and actually kind of our family verse as well too. So really special moment.
That's incredible. Yeah, that is incredible. It really is. So let's see. Marie said, I always listen to Matt when I need more strength. And she said, and that's often. I'm sorry, Marie, but I'm glad that Matt gives you that strength, because I know you're very encouraging. And then we have a Lee McDonald.
Hey, Lee.
Bless you, Matt. Thank you for all the music. Yeah, there we go. That touch our lives. How beautiful. And then let's see. The Bear fan. I like that. Is it the Bears? Is it the Bears? That is awesome. AKA Roy. Well, thank you, Roy. Thank you for being here. I know. Awesome. And I see that Roy is on our YouTube channel, so that's nice too. Thank you so much. And I wanted to remind all of our viewers and listeners to make your life a little easier so you can find us easier. You can also just go to carolynscorner.live, and there I have I've got a big picture of Matt, and you can just click on that picture and it'll take you right to our YouTube. I've learned so much. I know it's not a lot, but for me, it's a lot. So that way to make it easier, and it'll take you to our YouTube. And Melba Winkle said, hey, Keaton. I didn't see a Keaton, Mel, but I believe that he's there. Wow. So you've been a busy bee. So you're still trying to get all those songs done and then do a Christmas album. Wow. That's a lot, man. I know you do all these videos. And I'm like, when do you have time? You're constantly doing something.
Yeah.
Wow, I love it. I'm just helping so many people. So the next song that we have listed is called "I Could Be Wrong," and I really like that. I love your titles. Tell us about that, because there must be some reason you said I could be wrong.
Yeah, and this kind of goes back to, I'm noticing there's a lot of similar themes as I'm writing these songs. But
Right.
I Could Be Wrong was essentially written. It started off as I wanted to write a song about that teenage boy or whatever that was sitting over wanting to go ask a girl out, but was super worried about it. And then, okay, fine, like I'll go do it or whatever. And the chorus was basically written that way, to where it's like, I could be wrong and this turns out right. Because we always, as humanity, we always typically look at all the ways it could go wrong. And so it was kind of a play on the whole words of wrong and right, left and right. And the whole idea, again, is basically like, you got to go live your life. Like you can't. I used to have this T-shirt from a surf company, and it was really kind of interesting because it was a really simple T-shirt, but if you flipped up the bottom of the T-shirt and read it, it literally said, "You playing small won't save the world." And I think so often as believers, we are so scared to go do something because of what could happen instead of what may happen. And so I'm actually reading a book right now called the Motivational Manifesto, and it basically talks about how we typically err on the side of, well, I don't want to do something because it could go bad this way. And the crazy part is, if you go halfway on the other side, it could go really, really right. And so that's where the whole "I could be wrong" thing came in. My favorite line from the whole thing is, "Ships were built to sail, though some may still fail. There comes a time we all must leave the dock. So are you coming now or what?" And it's just a call to, you got to go live. You have to be able to go. And there's a good chance that, some of us in our lives, none of us are going to get out alive ever. Like none of us will.
That's true. Yeah.
And some of us are going to have a really long life and live till we're in our 90s. And some of us may not make it till next year. But what are you doing with the time that you have? Are you living, pulling back because you're worried what could happen? Or are you leaning in? And really pushing forward to try to actually go and become the person that God designed you to be. And again, the whole "you playing small won't save the world." You got to live up to your calling. You got to go for it. So,
that is absolutely true, because I'm a big believer in that. God gives every single one of us a calling. And if we just sit here and worry and stress and be anxious about it, just take a step forward. Just keep taking those steps forward. I believe that, because he's with you. And once you, I think it's, you may feel the same way, but once you really realize, wow, he's been leading me this whole way, because you see your path in life. You're like, well, things just don't fall into place the way they did, and that's where I'm at in my life. And I'm so eternally grateful for God being by me, with me, because I know that he's guiding my steps, and I'm just trusting. And sometimes it is scary. It's like, okay, what if I go too far? What if I can't get back? You know what I mean? Or something. And it's kind of scary.
Oh yeah,
but it is. It's a big leap of faith, and trusting that he's literally right there. And I'm just like, and I think it comes with age too. A lot of times you get older and you start looking back, at least for me, and you look back and you see these things and you're like, wow, that is so, I always say, I see what you did there. I started saying that. I see what you did there, because you look back and you see it. Yeah. And I just love it. It's like, hey God, thank you for being there and for doing that. And being with me the whole time. So, Alex Eskimo. That's a cool name. I don't want to be gay and autistic anymore. Okay. And then Lee McDonald said, "Live for today. God will lead you." That's true, Lee. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and play this song. Okay. I could be wrong. Are you ready, Matt?
Let's do it.
Okay. And then right after this, don't let me forget, I'm going to play our ads.
That's
okay?
right. Yep.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Don't want to forget, I have a bad memory. Here we go.
I thought through 1,000 ways. This blindsides me and leaves me sane. I told you that you were crazy and helplessly needed saving. Seen it coming and started running. only give half. Destined to fail before it began, as I lean in and give all I have. Maybe small, but I've gotta find a chance. Maybe small, but I've gotta find a chance. I could be wrong, this turns out right. Could be left for dead or out on cloud nine, so I'll be ready to give it a chance. 'Cause I'm committed either way this ends. Ships are built to sail, though some may still fail. There comes a time we all must leave the dock. Are you coming now or what? I could be wrong, and this turns out right. Could be left for dead or out on cloud nine, so I'll be ready to give it a chance. 'Cause I'm committed either way this ends. I could be wrong, and this turns out right. Could be left for dead or out on cloud nine, so I'll be ready to give it a chance. 'Cause I'm committed either way this ends. I'm committed either way this ends.
The crowd over here is going crazy. That was excellent. That was excellent. Oh my goodness, you're such a talented man. Man, you're really touching people around the world. Let's see what Lee McDonald, live for today, God will lead you. Yeah, that's true. That is true, Lee. It really is. And Melba Winkle put music notes and a heart and hearts. Thank you, Melba. You're so sweet. So, folks, real quick, let me see. I just want to make sure we don't get too far behind because Matt has seen it here. If you get far behind on this thing, you lose track of where you are. So let's go ahead and have a quick word from our sponsor, Matt, okay?
Yep, sounds good.
Let's see. Make sure I get it right. And hopefully it plays the right thing. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from Beeville, Texas, and playing across the coastal band, we are Dale 107.1 KRXB.
107.1 KRXB is more than just music. We're your connection to the local scene with the hottest new artists and the legends you love.
Take a step back in time at the B-Hop Yogurt Hive, that is, inspired by a 50s style diner located at 301 St. Mary Street, right here in Beeville, Texas, where you can build your own yogurt masterpiece with 9 varieties of delicious yogurt flavors and over 50 varieties of toppings to choose from. B-Hop Yogurt Hive also has delicious froyo sandwiches and root beer floats. So hop on over to B-Hop Yogurt Hive. Fresh, fast, friendly service with an old-time vibe. Check out B-Hop Yogurt Hive on Facebook for their hours and more information. This just in, B-Hop Yogurt Hive has 2 new flavors, peppermint patty and pineapple upside down cake.
You are listening to Carolyn's Corner live on 107.1 KRXB. Follow along with our live stream on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and 1071krxb.com. Stay tuned for more singer-songwriters. You are listening to Carolyn's Corner on 107.1 KRXB.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome back to Carolyn's Corner. Thank you. I want to give a big shout out to Jessica, our program director, for making all those wonderful ads for me. Thank you so much. Right before the break, we had a song from Matt Fawcett called I Could Be Wrong. It's a beautiful song. And feel welcome to go back and watch it. And another thing, watch it and listen to it. Another thing I wanted to let y'all know, Jessica has put our YouTube link live on the Dale website. So you just go to 107.1 KRX, 1071krxb.com, and you can click on local and you'll see Carolyn's Corner with all the information about Matt, and you just click on listen live. So that's another way you can tune in. And I appreciate you guys and gals tuning in. Now, that way you can tune in from anywhere in the world, and I'm so excited about that. So we're sitting here talking to Matt Fawcett, a great Christian gospel singer from Indiana. Actually, you're from Ohio, but you're in Indiana now. And y'all, he's got a lofty goal, and I know he's going to accomplish it. One song a month and do a Christmas album in time for Christmas. So you're just working constantly, and I love that. And people are really reacting. They react great to your songs. Like we have a AKA Roy said, clap, clap. I love that. I love that. Thank you, Roy. That was funny. So, Marie said, beautiful song. And Brian Devereaux, my goodness, it's been a while since I've seen you on here. Welcome, Brian. Welcome back. He says, hello. I'm so glad you're here, sir. He was a previous guest too. It's been a while. I can't believe we're already on season 3. Time is just zooming by. You are episode 18, which means 118 guest, 118th guest. I can't even say that. So I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad we're all still here. So the next song, you got a request for this a while ago, Matt, is called Sing Along. And I like it says /Tiny Desk Contest. Now, I am more than anything, I'm really nosy. What does that mean? Tiny Desk Contest. Tell me about this song.
Yeah, so this song, Sing Along, was written a while back. It was actually one of my first singles I did before I did the brand new single Once a Month. And it was actually a song that was written specifically behind the idea of actually like coming alongside people. There are a lot of times where we're really quick to just tell people like, hey, you should go do that, or you should go do this. And sing along is essentially listening to other people's stories and walking along beside them. It's like having a good friend. If you've got a good friend that will be there with you, you can tell them your entire story, and you know 2 things. 1, they're going to listen. And 2, whether they agree with you or not, they're going to walk with you through it because they're there as your friend and your companion to walk with you through the good things and the bad things. And so sing along is actually coming along beside people and saying, hey, like your story is a song. And so I want to sing along with you. We may not agree 100%, and that's okay. Like, I don't think life is all about making everybody agree on absolutely everything 100% of the time. I think we need to have a lot more grace in how we deal with people and how we're willing to deal with people and they're willing to deal with us. And so sing along, that's the reason the song was written. NPR, a radio, has a Tiny Desk concert series that they do where they'll bring in really big names and they'll come and they'll shove them in a small desk corner and do shows. And they had a contest that was coming out in February, and they said you had to do a song that you've written, it had to be an original, in front of a desk. And the whole reason for the contest was they were going to do the contest, and whoever won the contest would actually go on tour with them for 2 months this summer and be on stage with them and then actually do a Tiny Desk concert with them as well. So I decided to enter, and Sing Along was a song that I've had a lot of people who have loved that song. And I think it's probably one of the better ones to actually just be able to wrap our arms around society and people in general, and just tell them, hey, like I'm here to laugh with you, and I'm here to cry with you, and I want to do it together. This is not I'm going to run in if everything's not okay. Cool, peace out. Like, it's all about being together. So so that's the reason for the song and the reason for this specific video.
What a great idea. And Brian Devereaux said, need to do sing along with those we don't know. And then that stranger who needs that help and love. Wow. Absolutely, Brian. Absolutely. Yep. Man, I love this idea. I do. I love it a lot. So let's go ahead and play it. What do you say, Matt? Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's play sing along / Tiny Desk Contest. Here we go. I'm excited. Here we go.
Seen it countless times. Things don't forget. You were made for more than this. And this is not the end. Every person has a story. Every story is a song. Sometimes all we need is just to sing along, sing along. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. In your joy or in your pain, in your heart when it breaks. Life was never meant to live alone. You were made to come alive, even when it's not alright. And oh, I feel it too. Every person has a story. Every story is a song. Sometimes all we need is just to sing along, to sing along. Oh, 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 so let me cry with you. Let me dance with you. Let me sing together with you. Let me cry with you. Let me dance with you. Let me sing together with you. Oh, 'cause you have a story. Your story is a song. So let's sing together and have everyone sing along. Every person has a story. Every story is a song. Sometimes all we need is just to sing along, to sing along. Whoa, oh, oh, oh,
Wow, another incredibly touching song. I really like that. So let me check these comments. Gosh, you guys and gals are so wonderful. So Brian said, love this. Fantastic. Nicely done. Amen. Nice to hear the acoustic. It is, right, Brian? It really is. And then Lee McDonald said, Matt's voice just touches your heart. I agree. You have that ability to just like, oh my gosh, no matter what you're going through.
Yeah.
And then Brian said, beautiful lyrics. Gosh, Matt, you've written so many songs. I mean, how long does it take for you to come up? Or do you what I should say is, do you sit down with the intention to write a song, or do you just get the ideas? Like they just come to you out of the blue, because it's all so many different ways.
Yeah, that's a great question. So it depends. There's sometimes where like I'll sit on an idea for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other times where like the shortest song that I've written was actually the Christmas song called Christmas Chaos that I released back in December. And some of that was,
Nice.
it was because there were some extenuating circumstances. I was supposed to do a co-write with a friend, and time just got away from us. And there was some other stuff that came up to where we decided we had already written the song, but it wasn't ready yet. And so we scrapped the song for this year, and it's going to come out 2024. But it left me with 2 days to go from a blank piece of paper to a fully produced song. And
oh my goodness.
I actually
the song at that, right?
Yeah. Fully produced, and then to get out on Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff.
God.
And so I remember texting her because she had asked me like, hey, is this going to work out okay? And I just said, thank you for giving me the opportunity to write this song that I'm about to write.
Right.
Because it wouldn't have happened unless this happened. So I don't know what the song is going to be about. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know this. This song needs to be written so that it will impact the people that it's going to impact, and it wouldn't have happened unless this thing that we didn't plan happened. And the song literally, I started writing it because it was just trying to write about Christmas and the holidays and how nostalgic it is for me.
Right.
And at the same time, my kids were literally running around the studio trying to play piano, playing on my guitars, and it's just like, this is absolute chaos. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I remember telling my wife, I was like, man, like this song is either going to be like super picturesque and great and flowing and everything else, or it's going to be similar to like that Brad Paisley Gone Fishing tune where it's like super mellow and everything else, and then it's like, I'm going to miss her. And that's honestly what it ended up. That's what it ended up being, was just like, the holidays are so crazy sometimes, especially when you got young kids.
They are.
And
yes.
So like that idea was literally like 48 hours old. And it was just like, cool, like we're going to write it and do it. But juxtapose that, I did a co-write with a guy over in the UK last fall, and we spent 3 hours grueling over every individual lyric to make sure, in multiple different sessions, to make sure that we had the song written the way we wanted it to. And then there's times where I'll write like a chorus or a line, and it'll sit either on my iPad or a pad of paper for literally like years, and I just won't touch it until until the right time, or I'll go back through stuff consistently. And so it depends on what happens, but like I don't want this to sound arrogant, like I could just sit down and write a song whenever I want to, because I do think that like it's one of those 10,000 hours rules. Like I've been writing songs for so long that like I can write a song pretty quickly, but when it comes to being very particular about, again, making sure the messaging is correct, the lyrics are right, the chording is right, all that stuff, like it definitely takes a lot of intentionality. But for me, like it's fun. Like it's almost like I love, if anybody needs help moving, like I absolutely love loading moving trucks, because
really, oh my gosh, you're one of the very.
I know, it's weird because like anytime somebody moves, they're like, hey, like we got to move. Like, can I help? Like, I don't even care if I get pizza. Like, let's do it.
That's funny.
And a lot of it's because it's a challenge. Like it's okay, you have all this stuff, you need to put it in a square box, and by the way, the couch doesn't stack on the washer and dryer because it doesn't fit, and that's a lot of what songwriting to me is you've got a defined framework of you've got to make this either singable or relatable to people, and you have to make it sound like it's something they've heard their entire life, and yet say something either in a new way or be able to touch them in a way that other songs that have already been written haven't done. And so to me, it's a fun challenge. It's just kind of like cool, like because there's songs that I need to hear too. There have been multiple times through this
of course.
Because I pre-write a lot of the songs, or at least have the titles for a lot of the songs, it's crazy to me how God has brought that exact moment in my life where I needed to hear that song probably more than anybody else who heard the song. And so these songs are saving me just as much as they're saving other people, literally, because God's just placing divine moments in my life that says, I want you to write about this. I want this to come. Or like bring up ideas or conversations from people like, oh, that'd make a really cool song. Like I should write something like that. And behold, like 3 months later, like, holy cow, like I needed these lyrics for me,
Yeah.
even though it's
Wow.
affecting other people. It's just really cool. So
Wow. Maybe one of your songs should be about that. You know, equate it to moving. I mean, I like that. I do. I like that. It has to fit. I really do. So let's see the comments. Brian Devereaux said beautiful lyrics. I think that was before. Rachel Lynn Duarte is here, and she said, Matt, with a lot of
Hey!
exclamation marks and a smile on his face. How sweet.
Uh.
And then Roy, aka Roy, said Matt's Tetris Moving Company. I like that. I like that. You know, it is a challenge.
Yeah.
My husband says that too. It's a challenge.
Yep.
You have to get everything in there just right. So I can, that's really cool to kind of compare those two. I love that idea. And then Brian Devereaux said, yeah, I'm opposite. I write song and have no title.
Yep.
See, everybody does it a little bit different. Yeah. Wow. And then the title comes to you, right, Brian? After a while, you're like, well, this is going to be this, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. That's so cool. Everyone is so different.
Yeah.
But it's the same with the song. Everyone has a story. You know, it's true. Everybody's got their own story. And for the most part, they're written about your own personal experiences or things that you need. But yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But you want it to relate to everyone. I love it. And your songs are absolutely touching everybody that hears them. And I love that. I'm so honored to have you. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Make sure I got everybody. I don't want to miss any comments. I try not to. If I miss your comments, please understand I may not see them in time. They're scrolling kind of fast. So I want to apologize in advance in case I do. I'm trying to get everyone's. I haven't seen anything from Marie. Marie, are you okay? Poor Marie. I just love her. She's been so busy. I don't know what she's doing, but she's back to work. I don't know what she's doing,
man.
but she's also trying to book guests for the show. And she's just absolutely incredible. I couldn't do any of this without her. I mean, we are constantly in contact. You know, I'm like, okay, I just booked this person. She puts it on her calendar, you know, and I'm just so grateful for her.
Yeah.
And she's the one that sent you my way in the beginning. And I'm so glad she did.
Yep.
So glad.
Marie is a phenomenal
let me
human
see
being.
Isn't she? She
Yeah.
really is. She really is. I mean, because, you know, I didn't even really have to ask her. She volunteered. She wants to help. And I just think that's so beautiful. I really do. You know, and that's what it's all about. Because that's what to me, Carolyn's Corner is like that. It's like a family. And I'm just like, okay, you know, because I was getting overwhelmed. But now we're booked. I'm happy to say, as of right now, we're almost got August booked already. Can you believe
Wow.
that?
That's incredible.
That's amazing. Yes, it's because of her and everyone sending me these great referrals. And that reminds me, I know I've told you this plenty of times, Matt, but if you know of anyone that you think would be a good fit, send them our way. I mean, they're going to be booked. I keep joking, but it's not really a joke. Like, I want to hurry up and get you booked before next year.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is great because I'm trying to go down to just one day a week. Now, we do have a show on Wednesday. We don't get very many authors, but this lady, her name is Cheryl Bass, and I love what she's doing. She's writing children's books to encourage them and teach them certain values. And she's going to have a follow-up to her first book. Yeah. And I just think it's so cool. So she's going to be on Wednesday at 7:30.
Okay.
No, excuse me, at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. We're doing her show a little early because of the time difference. Have you ever had Spirit give you words for songs? Brian, that's a really good song. Good question. Listen to me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Matt, have you ever had Spirit give you really words for songs?
There have been times, again, I definitely think that God continues to work in many miraculous and different ways. It definitely is one of those things where there have been times where I have, whether it's the Holy Spirit or just the brain that He's given me, where I know, like, this is a chorus. Like, these lines are in a chorus, and these lines are in a bridge. And I think some of that, like, for me, I don't know it necessarily in the moment, like, oh, these were definitely given to me or whatever. It's mostly when I look back after I've written the song and I'm curious as to how in the world did I write that? Like, I look back and look for my own fingerprints, and I'm just like, if I saw this finished and looked at it, I wouldn't have said, like, oh, I did that. It looks like someone else did the work and I just happened to participate in it. And so for me, like, it is one of those things where it's like I'm fully cognizant and aware of what's going on while I'm writing and that sort of thing.
Right.
But once you see all these pieces just kind of come together and flow and mash up, it's just kind of like I couldn't have planned it that way any better if I tried. So yeah,
Isn't that amazing?
It's pretty crazy. Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just incredible to see God's hand literally, like, because it is. There's no doubt. And it just blows my mind. It always does. It always does. It's like, you know, when you see that, you're like, well, Did I write that? Wait a minute. Where did that come from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's incredible. So, Brian, you said you should have Whitney back on. Are you talking about the only Whitney I can recall is Whitney Diesotel, I think is her name. Is that who you're talking about, Brian? Maybe we should try to get her back on. It's been a while. We've had so many wonderful people back, that have been on the show, and time has gone so fast, like so fast. It really has. I can't even believe that we're on season 3. And I tried to go back and get a lot of people back on, but not everyone has new material or is ready with that material. But we're going to keep going. Brian, if send me her. It's got to be her because that's the only other Whitney that I know. But now we're getting a lot of artists sent to us by promoters, so I love that too. It's beautiful. So we're getting the, your beginning singer-songwriter. We're getting the more advanced, and then we're getting the very advanced. So I think that's really good because you can look at different phases, and hopefully it will help encourage those that are just starting or in the middle of it or getting discouraged. Okay, if I keep doing this and if I'm doing quality stuff, I can eventually get to that stage. So I think that's beautiful, and I'm so grateful and so blessed. I really am.
Yeah.
So we have one more song from you, and boy, I don't know how time goes so fast. It really does. That's what I just said, didn't I? The last song that we have is called Slow Down, and that's what I need time to do. I know time is not moving faster, but I promise you it feels like it as I'm getting older. It's like, wait a minute, anyway, I need to slow down. And that's what I need to do. Take a breath. Everybody take a breath. Right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Matt. So tell us, and take as long as you want, okay? Tell us about Slow Down.
Yes.
The title and what to.
So Slow Down literally was born out of a texting conversation. Actually, the friend that I was going to co-write the Christmas song with had texted me and just said that she was supposed to go on tour. She decided not to. She just physically didn't feel like she was up to it and had some other stuff that was going on. And so I just texted her and said, well, like, how can I support you? Like, if somebody were to, like, what are the words basically that you need to hear right now? Like, because I want to be supportive, but I also know that, like, there are times where, like, you as an individual, we all need to be loved because we're just a person that's created in the image of God and no other reason. And I think, honestly, like, this has hit more home for me, too, because of some of my background with some of the stuff that happened with churches that I've been a part of, is that we tend to sometimes get stuck in the mode of appreciating people for what they do for us instead of them being appreciated because they are, because they're just an image bearer of God. And so I asked her, like, what if you could basically input words into somebody else that they could say back to you, what would you want to hear? And she sent me back several different messages and things, and that was literally where Slow Down came from. And it was literally just a song that I just kind of wrote and gave to her. I was like, hey, I want this to be an encouragement for you. And she was like, this is amazing. And so I asked her, I was like, well, is it cool if I just, like, release it and use it? She's like, yeah. And honestly, after coming out of the whole holiday season, this was the song that released in January. I think all of us need to understand and realize that there's going to be times where we're running through life and we're just trying to get the next thing done. But I want people to truly fully understand and believe. The very last line is, rest and know you'll never be alone. And my mom used to tell me I was scared of the dark as a young kid, and I was the one that lived in the basement. And my mom used to say, if you're ever scared, just remember these 5 things. It's a promise of God, I will never leave you. And so anytime you're scared or worried, just always remember, I will never leave you, and just look at your hand and know that you're never alone. And there are so many times where we feel like, especially some of it's cultural stuff, some of it's just because we're overachievers, and if you sleep at all, the whole phrase, we'll sleep when we're dead, that sort of thing. And I think we've lost the ability to just be who God's created us to be, and to be loved and to know we're fully loved just because we are, instead of because of what we do. And I know for me personally, like, I've had issues where I feel like God's love only accounts to me when I give to him. And it's not true. And I wrote this song because I wanted people to know and understand you can slow down. Again, there's seasons in life, but if you feel like you have to run and work for God and that's the only way he's going to love you, the best thing you can do is slow down and let him love you when you do nothing, because he already does. And sometimes we need to prove it to ourselves what is true by just being obedient and by stopping and just saying, cool, like, love me where I am, and let me actually see that. Let me see your love tangibly in my life, because I'm going to stop for a moment so that I know that you're not doing this because I'm doing something for you. You're doing it because you truly just love me because I am who I am. And that's it.
Wow. That's beautiful. How encouraging, y'all. Isn't that encouraging? Gosh, your words, you are so eloquent with words. Man, beautiful. Ooh, man. So remember that, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about what you're doing for God, that he's going to love you no matter what.
Yep.
You know, that's a very important message. And we need to slow down and remember that. I always think of the line, just be still.
Yeah.
You know, let him love you. Be still. And especially when our lives are so chaotic, which is a lot, you know, for all of us. I know for me it is. And sometimes I just have to say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to sit here and just be still and get it out. Just take a breath, because we all go through things and God's going to see you through it. And I wholeheartedly believe that, because he's done it, you know, forever. And I know that he's working in our lives. And I think that's the biggest thing, realizing, honestly, you know, knowing, not even like, oh, I think he's there. No, you just know it. You're like, no, he's there.
Yep.
You know, he's there, and I'm going to keep worshiping him and thanking him. I think that's important too. You know, sometimes we forget just to thank him for waking us up. Thank you for another beautiful day. You know, thank you for the sunshine, just the little thing that he does for all of us. It's so important. It really is. Because I believe that he hears that and he's like, wow, you know, they just thanked me and all I did was wake them up and give them some sunshine. You know, to him, that's probably nothing. I love that. I love that. So let's go ahead and play this. Beautiful, man. Let's go ahead and play this song, Slow Down. Let me get it loaded here real quick.
Yeah.
You are such an inspiration, really.
Well, thank you. This ended up being the song that I needed to hear 2 months later. Because I was struggling really, really hard. The whole idea of doing music full time, not knowing where financial stuff is coming from, and looking at bills stacking up, and realizing that the God who created me on purpose with a purpose, just like he created everybody else. And my duty in life is to continue to chase after what I believe he's called me for, by using my passions to serve other people. And yet I told my wife, like, if I ever get really depressed or sad, like, I'm going to go outside and stare at the sun for a little bit. Like, now granted, disclaimer, do not actually open your eyes when you stare at the sun, but like, go outside and look at the expanse of creation and realize that the God who created all of this and make sure it still all works together loves you and created you, and he didn't screw up. He has you exactly where you need to be right now. So
that is beautiful. Yeah, and go outside and feel, I always think it's silly, but not silly, but you go outside and you feel that little cool breeze. You know, to me, I don't know why. I'm just like, wow, that was just for me. Like, that was almost God, you know, breathing on you. It's like, here's a little cool breeze for you, you know, just to remind you that I'm here and that I love you.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't take a lot. Just remember you're not alone. Gosh, that's beautiful. So let's go ahead and play this. Slow down. I can't wait to hear this. Here we go. And by the way, Matt, sorry about the portrait sizing on this. I don't like it. Next time I'm going to say go back to landscape, because I can't see all of the script, but that's okay. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Slow Down by Matt Fawcett. Here we go.
Slow down, slow down, breathe in and breathe out, and just slow down. The sun comes up and the sun goes down. burn out and we wonder why. Slow down, slow down. Breathe in, breathe out, and just slow down. It's okay to be helped. Don't have to do it all yourself. You're more than what you do. You are loved because you are you. So slow down, slow down. Breathe in and breathe out, and just slow down, slow down, slow down. Breathe in and breathe out, and just slow down. Rest and know you'll never be alone.
Wow. Beautiful. I mean, really, that was, that just made me just completely relax and, try to take off the stress of the day. Thank you. Gosh, that's beautiful. Really, really, really beautiful. I like it. And it's simple, but it's just a reminder to slow down.
Yep.
Slow down. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I mean, really, let me go back and put this on chat. So I forgot to put your name up there earlier. Sorry, folks. So make sure when y'all are looking at that you spell his name right. First of all, M-A-T-T, but it's F-A-W-C-E-T-T. So Matt, why don't you tell everyone that is tuning in, where can they find your music? How can they get involved with you? I know you're doing so many great things. Tell us all about all that.
Yeah, so you can find me anywhere that you stream music. It's just Matt Fawcett. It's my name. It's who I am, so I'm not trying to hide it. If you look up Matt Fawcett, it'll be me, myself, and I. If you want to connect with more with me, you're more than welcome to do that. If you go to fawcettmusic.com, that will actually take you to a form where you can actually fill that out and then get on my daily email list. I send an email out pretty much every day, and a lot of people are like, wow, that's a lot. It's like, I try to keep them short and pertinent and information that actually helps encourage you throughout your day and actually start your day off right. So they're helpful for me because I enjoy being able to actually impact and love on other people. And through that, you'll actually find out more ways that you can support me, whether you want to join the $2 prayer community. It's $2 a month, and that's a way that, for me, the $2 means two different things. One, that you're going to be praying for me. If you're not going to pray for me, don't join. And two, that you agree with what I'm doing. And if you agree with what I'm doing and you're willing to pray for me and support me, you can join that community. There's a lot of really cool stuff, behind the scenes type things that's in there. And there's going to be more in there about creating songs, doing that sort of thing as well too. So super excited about that. And of course, I'm a whole international artist as well. So if you're interested in helping extend the reach of love and care towards other people, specifically children in countries that need financial assistance to help keep their nuclear family together, help get them schooling, food, and care. You can contact me, info@mattfawcettmusic.com. Just put Holt in the subject line so I can find it real quickly, and I can actually help you sponsor a child's life. And it's one of those things where you can sponsor for a couple of months, couple of years, however long you want to. But Holt does a phenomenal job of making sure that the financial aid goes specifically to the child. And they actually give you updates about the child, where they are at developmentally, educationally, and then relationally with their family as well too. And their goal is to keep the nuclear family together as much as humanly possible. But they also offer adoption services as well. So that's $43 a month. It's not cheap, but you're literally changing a child's life. And by doing that, it allows the next child that needs help to be able to get help from the next person that's willing to say yes to it. So I'm all about trying to prove and live by faith. I had a lot of people when I left my full-time job to do music say, you're crazy, and that's awesome that you're taking that leap of faith. And honestly, that was probably the easiest leap of faith because it was a one-day decision. Every single day beyond that day has been a walk and a step by faith. And I think if God truly has led you to, I believe that if God's led you to do something, he's going to support you and help you make it possible. And so if you're willing to sponsor a child, let me know. If you want to join the $2 community or even check out my merch and that sort of thing, my official website is mattfawcettmusic.com, which of course you can join the email community that way and see merch and CDs and all that other fun stuff too. But the biggest thing I want you to do is to go and live and find what you're passionate about and figure out how that can serve other people and go and do that. So if my music can help you, encourage you to do that on a daily basis, awesome. Go stream it on Spotify, iTunes, buy a CD, buy 10 CDs and hand them out to your friends or leave them in your Uber car or whatever. Yeah. But my goal is to try to help people by comforting the afflicted and confronting the comfortable, which is very similar to a futon. You know, when you're walking all day and you see a futon is actually comfortable. So I want to be that comfort there. But at the same time, if you hang out on a futon too long, it becomes a very big pain in your backside and says, hey, time to get up and get moving. So if you need a hug, I want to be the person that gives you a hug. Wow. And if you've been sitting there too long and you need a swift kick in the keister to get going, that's my goal to do that too. So, yeah.
Wow. I love that. And the $2 a month is to join the prayer group.
Yep.
So that's saying that they're going to pray for you, and you'll in turn, I'm sure, pray for them.
Yep.
That's very affordable, and that's something, and that's a way to get involved and really help minister to people, isn't it?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. And that's very cool. Most people can afford $2 a month.
Yep.
And then adopting a child, man, that would be something. It would really be something. I know time's hard right now, but there's a lot of people that want to. Have you gotten a big response from the child adoption thing? I know it's probably a tough one because it's a little bit more per month.
Yeah.
But how is that going? I mean, children that are being sponsored?
Yeah, there's still kids that are being sponsored. Holt International is a fantastic organization, and they've got artists all over the place that are getting children sponsored. So it's just a cool opportunity that I'm really honored to be a part of, to be able to know that like the work that I'm doing in the songs are almost kind of like the entryway drug. Like once you're in the Fawcett family, you're basically keyed in with, all right, we're going to go change the world. One person at a time, and that could be somebody that could be sponsoring a child all the way across the world. It could also be just treating your neighbor with love and respect and helping them see that they're a child of God. And so, the child sponsorship stuff is a really cool opportunity. My wife and I sponsor a kid ourselves, and it's cool to know that the work that we do is literally changing a child's life and giving them opportunities that they wouldn't have any other way.
Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine. And trying to keep the family together is the main goal. You said the nuclear family.
Yep.
Wow. That's amazing because that's so important. That really is. So, do you ever go out of the country and play? Have you had those opportunities yet where you actually travel to other countries and play yet or no?
Unless you count missions trips in college where I went to Mexico and Canada, then no, I haven't been out of the country.
To me, that's
but that is definitely a goal, and that's part of. I was actually Russ Lee, who's the lead singer for New Song, and he actually fantastic human being, gave me a ton of time that I could spend with him while he was out on tour doing Winter Jam. He allowed me to basically shadow him for an entire day. And he spoke a lot of truth into my life and encouraged me. And one of the things that came out of that was the $2 prayer community, where he said, listen, like, if you allow people to support what you're doing and give everybody a little chance to be a part of what God's doing through your music ministry, you basically are sharing what God's doing by allowing other people to partner with you. And the more people that you get that allow you to do that, again, everybody gives a little, we can do something great. It'll give you more opportunities to be able to go and do things like that, where we can go overseas and do worship nights and be able to do concerts and that sort of stuff. And it allows me to be able to say yes to a lot more events and be able to serve a lot more people.
Wow, that's magnificent. And the fact is, thank God for internet, because you can still reach those people.
Yes.
And are you still doing, well, I almost call them house calls, where you'll go to someone's house. Are you still doing those? Well, it is kind of like a house call. It is, because you're ministering to them, but you're also healing them in a way. You know what I mean? It is almost like a house call, like you're a doctor. So if someone is interested in, I mean, seriously, it is kind of like that.
Yeah.
If someone is interested in having you come to where they live, or to do, maybe they have a group of friends together and they want entertainment, what would they do? Go to the same website?
Yeah, if you go to my website, you can join the email list. And as soon as you join, I'll send you an email that gives you instructions for like joining the Facebook group, that community as well. And then just reply to that and say, hey, I want you to come out and do a house show. I love doing those. They are so much fun because, one, I love being able to share stories about songs. And then playing on a couch in the middle of somebody else's living room is absolutely phenomenal. But it can be as small as that and intimate with just you and your family, or it could be as large as, doing the family community center, or even like your church. If you want to bring me out for that, I would love to do that as well. In fact, I'm hopefully be heading back down to Texas in May, is the goal right now. So if you're down that way and you want me to, do a house show on the way, would love to do that. I'll actually be heading out here in a couple of weeks to Florida as well too. So if you're in and around those areas and you're like, I'm nowhere near Indiana, don't worry. I'm probably making my way to you or around you at some point in time. So yeah, feel free to reach out and we'll make it happen.
Oh my gosh, I love that. It's amazing what you're doing. Really, you're reaching people everywhere, and I think that's incredible. And you also are doing Facebook Lives quite often. Is that right? How often do you go live on Facebook, would you say?
Yes.
Every week, or is it?
It's every week right now. So we're doing a Sunday night at 7 p.m. It's Sunday nights with Matt Fawcett, and then I go live for an hour where do worship songs, request songs. There's been times where people will just request songs I've never heard, so I pull up the chords real quick and just sing whatever melody I think it should sound like. And sometimes it's pretty close and sometimes it's nowhere near it. So,
but that makes it cool though. That makes it cool. Wow.
Yep, yeah.
Let me see. Marie said you definitely have to have a meal on me.
Oh yeah.
How sweet, Marie.
For sure.
I know, that would be nice. Yeah. Next time if you're ever able to make it back to Texas, we'd love to have you come on the show, even if it's after another guest. Cause right now we're booked all the way till August, but hey, we can make it work. We'll just stay late. It's no big deal. As long as it's not too late, of course. Yeah. Marie, I know Marie and I, we don't get to see each other in person very often either. And she's only an hour away from me. So I know it's really hard to get to make plans to meet up. It really is hard, I am so honored that you agreed to come back on our show and share some of your incredible talent and bless us with your songs are just so heart touching. I don't know, heartfelt. They really are. They're helping so many people out there. And I can tell by all these great people that are tuning in that have paired to your channel that you have a lot of wonderful people out there that you are reaching and helping, and you're doing what God wants you to do. And I think that is absolutely incredible, Matt. Thank you for everything that you're doing. I mean, really.
Yeah.
I could not be more happy and more honored to say we know you and to have you on the show. And I know you're going to keep doing it and keep spreading that love and that joy and the good news and the message. And I wish you nothing but the most success. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all go to Matt's website and follow him. Go to his Facebook. Anything you can do. Join that prayer group, $2 a month. That's very affordable. Anything you can do to help him out, because he is making some big waves out there. I believe that. I really do. So let me go ahead and let's hear from our sponsor one more time. And then we'll be right back, unfortunately, to say goodbye to Matt. Time went by so fast. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Listening to Beeville's #1 Tejano music station. This is Dale 107.1, todo bajo el sol.
Everything under the sun and then some. Dale 107.1.
Take a step back in time at the B-Hop Yogurt Hive, that is, inspired by a 50s style diner located at 301 St. Mary Street, right here in Beeville, Texas, where you can build your own yogurt masterpiece with 9 varieties of delicious yogurt flavors and over 50 varieties of toppings to choose from. B-Hop Yogurt Hive also has delicious froyo sandwiches and root beer floats. So hop on over to B-Hop Yogurt Hive. Fresh, fast, friendly service with an old-time vibe. Check out B-Hop Yogurt Hive on Facebook for their hours and more information. This just in, B-Hop Yogurt Hive has 2 new flavors, peppermint patty and pineapple upside down cake.
Wow, I've got to go over there and get me some more yogurt. That sounds so good. Peppermint patty, yogurt, and pineapple upside down cake. We just did that today. Those are brand new flavors. Y'all go check her out, Miss Patty Cox and her granddaughter. They work there and they are such great people. Matt, you would love them. I want to encourage you, if you ever make your way back down to Beeville, we have got to check it out and meet Miss Patty. She is delightful. She really is. I just think the world of her. Patty, if you're out there listening, thank you again for sponsoring Carolyn's Corner. We appreciate you. So speaking of appreciation, Matt, I am so appreciative of you coming back on the show and sharing your incredible gifts with us. Again, I want to encourage everyone to please go and support Matt in any way you can. And I am so grateful that all of you wonderful people joined us tonight. Thank you so much to Brian and Marie and Roy. Let's see if we got all these. We got Lee. I'm going to make sure I don't. I know there's more names. I'm going to forget somebody. I'm going to be so upset. Sorry about that. Melba, thank you for being here. Alex, thank you for being here. Roy Moran, I don't know if that's how you say it. Thank you for being here, Roy. Did I get everybody? Lee, I said Lee. Marie McConaughey, of course. Sarah Cox was here. Thank you so much for taking time to spend with us this evening. I hope you've had a good time. I know I always do. We have Rose on here. She was here. Thank y'all so much. Matt, it was such an honor to have you on, sir.
Yeah,
honestly, I hope you'll come back again. You are so welcome. It's always my honor to have you on. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, make sure you reach out and support Matt in any way you can. That's Fawcett, Matt Fawcett. Matt, thanks again. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you're at home going, wow, this guy's great. Let's put our hands together for Matt.
Thank you guys so much.
Okay. Yeah, you're so welcome, Matt. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into Carolyn's Corner. I guess with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Now I want some yogurt so bad. I'm so hungry. I appreciate you guys and gals. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. And thank you for tuning into Carolyn's Corner. By the way, we will be at the home studio on Wednesday with Sandra Bass talking about her great book about the little baby dragon. It's such a really cool story. And it's called Baby Dragon Finds His Family, I think. He's lost, and it's going to be really good. So y'all make sure and tune in. She's just an incredible author, and she's sharing her talent with everybody's got so many great talents. I just think it's beautiful. So, Matt, thanks again. God bless you all, ladies and gentlemen, and try to be kind to others if you can. Just do your best and try to spread God's love and grace and just share a smile with somebody because we all need one. So thank you so much for tuning in. Matt, thanks again. God bless you, sir.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. And we will see y'all next week. Actually, we'll see you Wednesday, hopefully, on during Cheryl Bass's show. Matt's voice just touches your heart. I'll make sure I'm not missing anybody here. You definitely have to have a meal of me. We got it. So I got all the comments. Mwah! Big kiss from me to you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here, Matt. I wish I could give you a big hug. Here's an air hug for you. Take
Thank
care
you
of
so
yourself,
much, Carolyn.
okay?
Will
You are
do.
so welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, take care, honey. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Carolyn's Corner. Have a wonderful night. God bless you. And we will see you on Wednesday. Thank you so much.
This is 107.1.
Make sure I got everything set back right. So, Matt, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I know
thank
we're
you.
leaving a little early, but Brett didn't put any music in because he thought I would talk longer. I usually talk a lot. I'm talking a lot, but I guess I'm talking faster maybe. I don't know. But I want to thank you again. Take care of yourself and
Yeah.
keep in touch, okay?
Will do. Thank you so
Okay,
much, Carolyn.
thank you so much. All right, Matt. You're so welcome. Bye-bye, honey.
Bye.
Bye, ladies and gentlemen.